we're back. What's going on, y'all? It's the second episode of Black Gold Radio. Speaking with yours true, Blizzy, aka Blake Robinson. To my left of me, we got a couple of guests, a guest in the studio today. We got GS the DreaM.
Yeah.
Sure. And to my right, we got Justin
S.O.P. Back again for the second episode. We invited DreaM, GS the DreaM, to join us this time around to get some information and drop some new music, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. You know, I came through with it.
Most def.
So, got a couple topics to talk about tonight. We're going to obviously get into GS and just kind of go over, what's been good with him. Just kind of get a little background on his music scene and what he's doing in the area. Then we're going to talk a little bit about B.Simone. She had a couple little comments on social media that kind of got everybody riled up. And then, lastly, we're going to bring it home and talk a little bit about a local situation that kind of popped off and about a restaurant owner. So before we really get into it and start things off, I just want everybody to shout out their social media. So we'll start with GS.
GS, Twitter is at GS the DreaM. My burner account is at Sean Sounds Like. That's where I actually go when I'm in my feelings. So follow both of them. Instagram is at GS the DreaM. Facebook page is at GS the DreaM. SoundCloud, all that stuff is GSTHADREAM. It's we spell the ghetto way around here. So
okay, cool. Justin.
Instagram, the real loser S.O.P. Facebook, Science of Progress Music. Twitter at the real loser S.O.P. And then Spotify and everything is just S.O.P.
Cool. And then you can follow me at Blake_Alexander on IG, and then on Twitter, Blizzy_Rogers. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. So like I said, we're here with GS the DreaM, and so I just want to start things off, man. Tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you've been working on lately.
Born and raised in Flint, Michigan, first and foremost. Right now, I'm kind of working on a little bit of everything, man. I have a concept project that I'm putting together. That's gonna kind of go over what I've been doing music-wise for the last year and some change, since Malcolm Y. Project is going to be called Some Pictures Deserve Frames, and it's kind of revolves around how some things can mean the world to one person and not so much to the next person. So it's this might be a picture that this person will want to frame versus a picture somebody else could see and be like, oh, that's cute.
Gotcha.
So that's gonna kind of be the concept of the album. It's a very wide abstract concept, but I feel like the music that I'm putting together capture what I'm really trying to say. And besides that, I've been collabing with people, really honing in on how I want to sound as a producer, and just trying to make sure that my reach in the music scene locally is more than just my music. I want people to know I'm a dope producer. I want people to know I'm a really good engineer. I want to be immersed in the scene enough to work with a little bit of everybody. So that's what I'm doing.
So it's basically you Kanye, bro.
Man, I'm trying to be the first something. I don't want to be the next anybody. I want to be the first GS.
Gotcha.
And I'm just trying to make sure that I equip myself with the skills to do that.
That's real.
And so you and Justin go back a long ways, right?
Oh yeah,
man. Yeah. The first feature.
Okay, so
was that the first feature you ever?
That was my first feature. That was the first time somebody reached out and was like, "Yo, you know what? It was people that I was writing with coming up. I don't really feel like they count as features because we were technically a group. You wouldn't say Pretty Ricky is spectacular featuring the rest of them. You know what I'm saying? They in the group. So I've worked with people in the past, but that was the first time somebody had reached out to me off the merit of, hey man, I mess with what you doing. We should do a record together.
Yeah, man. The homie he hit me up. I think I had just put out. No, I was working on the first mixtape I ever did, actually called The Loser, and he had hit me up and was like, he sent me your first tape. What was the name of the first tape?
Oh man, multiple choice probably.
Yeah, I think it was, and you rapped off that Common beat on the corner.
No. That wasn't on Multiple Choice. That was on Self Portrait.
Self Portrait, yeah, actually, that was it, bro.
Do not listen to Multiple Choice. That is the worst version of DreaM you could possibly put in your eardrums.
Was that before?
Yeah, Multiple Choice was like me on Audacity trying to figure out how to be an engineer.
Oh shit. Okay.
So Multiple Choice is like the rough draft to how to be a rapper. It's like the me and my friends have a mic starter kit.
I got you. I think that's how most artists coming up started off. I started off with a Radio Shack mic in my room, just hooked up to the front of the computer, bro.
Man, I had a USB mic. That thing sounded horrible. I was mixing in Audacity just because it was free.
Yeah,
they didn't even allow me to do anything to the actual wave. Like, it was like I couldn't do anything to our vocals besides turn it up and down.
Oh, damn.
That was like all the mixing I knew how to do was to make it sound like it fit the beat. Like,
man, I was throwing echoes and everything on my shit. I mean, the mixing sounded terrible, but I was throwing all type of effects on there. But yeah, so I was saying, how I met you, he threw me Self Portrait, and I played it, and you had a couple records on there, but I think it was the corner when you rapped off the Common joint,
right?
And then you had another one where you rapped about your mom, but I can't remember what beat it was.
Probably the Drake, the Fear joint.
I
think I called it Tears.
Oh, you know what? That was it. But yeah, I knew the corner joint, pretty much every lyric you had on there. And then
I thought I snapped on that.
Oh, you did snap. Shit. Making mess records because they wanted to something. You was going off. I remember you talked about Mason there and everything. But
yeah. Mace was my guy, man.
Just recess in class. Who would have thought? Now I can't even remember all of it.
Exactly what I'm talking about. I'd be obsessed with Cash. What's happening? They want me to rap again.
Yeah, you was going off, bro.
Yeah.
And I think I had hit Raheed up. I'm like, bro, who is this nigga? He like, how did Raheed even know you, bro?
Southwestern.
Oh, y'all went to school together.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually, my homie Brandon made the beat for GOAT, and I wrote to it and sent it to you, and I think I sent it to you. Went to go get something to eat. I think me and my mama went to a restaurant or something, and we came back. By the time I came back, bro, you sent the song back.
Yeah, I was excited, man. I was like, oh, somebody want a verse from me?
Yeah. And then murked my verse. I thought you killed my. I remember you telling me though, like when you sent it to me, I thought you was gonna be trash, so I had to redo my verse and shit. But I remember hearing your verse and wanting to redo my verse again. But yeah, that was a classic GOAT. It was on my first actual mixtape. But yeah, man, we've been knowing each other, and then I ended up putting you in my music video for Winter. Yeah. So if y'all go to YouTube and look up S.O.P. Winter, GS in there shooting dice somewhere.
Yeah, in the very beginning.
Yeah, man.
Okay, and so I think when I was first introduced to you was I think we were coming actually back from a studio session, and you had a couple records on you, and one of them was called Time For You. I think that was that.
Oh yeah.
With and had a couple other people on there.
Seabree.
Yeah, yep. And you had the last verse on there, and I was listening to it. I was like, dang, this nigga just kind of bodied this joint real quick.
Thank you.
So ever since then you were on my radar, and so I know when I was always paying attention, and then when Malcolm Y dropped, I was like, wow, this is like a real quality piece of work. Like I know I could put that up against like actual studio like signed artists, and I was like, and I would come away as as a quality project. So I guess talk a little bit about Malcolm Y, since that's your most recent release.
Malcolm Y took a very, very long time to put together because I was really straddling the fence on like being too conscious and not being listenable, and then also kind of trying to show the other side of the coin, because it's like I could rap about the oppression all day, but would somebody want to listen to this all day? Like is this a project that someone will listen to one time and be like, oh yeah, I get exactly what you were doing, it's very powerful music, but now I'm about to go listen to something I can shake my ass to? Or is it something that is going to stand the test of time? So trying to find that balance is probably what took me so long. I think I dropped Dimps in 2015, and even while I was writing Dimps, I was working on Malcolm Y.
Gotcha.
Like, I've been working on Malcolm Y since Trayvon Martin. So it was a very heavy topic, and then on top of that, to try to be the Malcolm Y or to be the Malcolm X of the Y generation or the millennials, it's like, yo, how does that sound? Like how do you put a figure like Malcolm X into music and make him modern and make him like today?
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I could be this kid running around in the suit trying to tell everybody what they should do and how they should live, or I could be someone that's so relatable and so in touch with everything that's going on that I can tell you, like, yo, we need to do better. And then it feels like, yeah, we do. Because it's not like I'm being preachy or I'm trying to point fingers like, hey, you're wrong, this is right. It's more so like, yeah, this is really what's happening to us. How do we make it change?
Gotcha.
So that's where I was at with the project. That's a very, very heavy topic to try to take on. Yeah. So I sprinkled in songs like Black Love and like Erica. So you have little moments and things to smile at. But I also have songs like Hills, where it kind of talks about how no matter how successful you are, you can get this big house in this great neighborhood, but at the end of the day, something is going to remind you you're black.
Yeah.
And how you might be seen, or how, you know, people might try to make you feel just off of, you know, not knowing you at all, but they like, got some black people in the neighborhood now. Let me give me a dog. Let me put this sign in my yard to let them know ADT is protecting my house. You know what I'm saying?
Real, yeah.
Little stuff like that. So and it's not like I have a big house, so it's not like I've had that from experience, but it's like I feel like in that song I tried to just project myself into the future and be like, hey, this is how it would feel, this is how it would look.
Got you.
Yeah, and so I think that's honestly one of the things when I was listening to it for the first time was like you kind of get this like duality of the black experience, like all the positive moments and all the, like you said, Black Love is my shit. Like when I first heard that, it was like I'm seeing all these experiences that, you know, just reminded me of my family or my friends, or just and it just kind of like made me reminisce on things. But at the same time, you see some of the negatives, or not even negatives, but the downsides that come, you know, with the black experiences too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with that being said, I want to definitely get into a track from the album and actually kind of take our first break. So I guess go ahead and shout this song out and just kind of talk a little bit about that before I get into it.
The record, we're actually getting ready to get into a song called Matter, and it's ironic with everything that's going on right now, but it's basically like a alternate reality situation. So in the first verse, I'll talk about how easy it is for a cop to pretty much get away with murder, and then in the second verse, it's like, if it happens and I just happen to get killed by somebody that's the same color as me or from the same neighborhood as me, does it matter as much? So as much as Black Lives Matter is the movement that's going on right now, and I understand it totally, and it's very important and it needs to be talked about, but I wanted to kind of flip the mirror on us and also make us look at how we see these things, and that we should be just as outraged when it's Ray as when it's the police. So gotcha. That's where I was going with the record. It's called Matter off of Malcolm Y, and we got to get into it.
Let's go.
Tell me, do we matter now? It make me wonder if my people only matter depending on the gun, or if another nigga kill me, he gon' get life in a half. If the police pull the trigger, they gon' beat the case and laugh. So tell me, do we matter? That's a loaded question. Loaded weapons on the avenue. Bullets flying, you can intercept one in the afternoon while the game on. Make you think you in the NFL with them, make you think you really in that field with them. I can't tell niggas nothing. I can tell niggas bluffing, trying to sound like they gon' care for us. Made it seem like they be there for us. When the cameras gone, they disappeared on us, reappeared onto the new thing. Police shootings is the new rage. Throw the hoodie on, I feel like Trayvon, but the police seeing Luke Cage think I'm bulletproof, so they pull and shoot like Black Lives don't matter. Like black hearts don't shatter, make it hard for you to hold your bladder. My nigga, I'm pissed off, the American dream is a rip-off. Cop shoot a nigga and get off like he clocking out of his day job. It's like gunning us down his day job. Like, if I got shot on the block, he's just another black on black crime. They find a shooter and charge him and he be in jail by the time a nigga flatline. Police shoot a nigga in cold blood and be back to his fam by halftime. And I only raises one question in the black mind. Do we matter now? It make me wonder if my people only matter depending on the gunner. If another nigga kill me, he gon' get life in a half. If the police pull the trigger, they gon' beat the case and laugh. So tell me, do we matter now? It make me wonder if my people only matter depending on the gunner. If another nigga kill me, he gon' get life in a half. If the police pull the trigger, they gon' beat the case and laugh. So tell me, do we matter? Or why we only matter then? Why I only get a hashtag if my shooter has different skin? I guess that's just how it is. Cause in Ferguson I seen an outcry, but in the same week I ain't hear a thing when them youngers died on the south side. They killed a 10-year-old on New Year's, and I ain't hear nothing about it. But I heard the pain in my sister's voice when she told me that some nigga shot him, and I was her nephew. I wish I could help you, I wish I could hold you close to you, was through with it. He got killed in his own crib and he ain't had nothing to do with it. So I barely leave the crib as it is. Streets make a nigga nervous. How you kill another person knowing families don't deserve it? You just took that lady's son, how you gon' reimburse her? Mom's crying in the churches, cars following the hearses, and the only people that care are the people hurt. Another grave for someone to throw dirt in another page. They don't read, they just turn in another day, another funeral service. And man, I never see the purpose. Everyone shooting, killing over neighborhoods that they ain't choose to live in. On top of how cops abuse the system like damn. Is that how y'all viewing niggas? Tell me, do we even matter now? It make me wonder if my people only matter depending on the gunner. If another nigga kill me, he gon' get life in a half. If the police pull the trigger, they gon' beat the case and laugh. So tell me, do we matter now? It make me wonder if my people only matter depending on the gunner. If another nigga kill me, he gon' get life in a half. If the police pull the trigger, they gon' beat the case and laugh. So tell me, do we matter?
Bezel on my right, bezel on my left, ayy. Look, gold bezel on my left hand. Father to the game and bitches love me like a stepdad. Talking to the boss, I swear to God, you better step back. Said a couple bands, oh shit, I can't believe I kept that. From the mud, I got it on the grind, is where I slept at. Made a couple dollars in the bank, is where I left that. Argue with my mama and I ain't about the drama. If you really want a problem on my waist, is where it's kept at. Everywhere I go, they say they see me on the TV. First they say they didn't know me, now they say they wanna be me. If you see me in the caddy, better know them windows tinted. Gotta keep it undercover, they don't need to know who's in it. All this gold on my neck, make these hoes pay respect. If you see me in public, I came for the check. Got no time for a threat. Ay, so if you get close to me, man, you better watch your step. Ay, I said you better watch your step. If you get close to me, man, you better watch your step. Ay, better watch your step. If you get close to me, man, you better watch your step. Ay, look, I leave my problems out in Neverland. High up in the sky, don't try to catch me out on Neverland. All I do is hustle, I should try to put it in a can. Sell it to the public, fuck around and make a couple bands. My people had to build the pyramids. Looking for the goal, you ask me, I'll be like, here he is. Let me clear my throat, no I don't play no games. Got no time for no jokes. All this gold on my neck, make these hoes pay respect. If you see me in public, I came for the check. Got no time for a threat. Ay, so if you get close to me, man, you better watch your step. Ay, I said you better watch your step. If you get close to me, man, you better watch your step. Ay, better watch your step. If you get close to me, man, you better watch your step. Ay.
You get to acting all weird when it come to other females, like you don't be smoking with them, like you being all friendly, and it's really not like that. Ask them how many of them in my cup, though. This shit different. You my drug, the way I'm feeling you. Pop my perks and pull my lean with you. Roll top shelf and smoke my weed with you. Monday through Friday on the weekend. deep end. Ooh, it's no biggie, I got faith, I believe in you. Jeans purple like the syrup that I drink with you. Bottom of your shoes red and my lean is too. You got me doing shit without a reason to. I decided you the one, but can you still bring two? I ain't gotta have a Cuban just to link with you. But them diamonds on my sleeves to playing peekaboo. Like cherry girl, it's easier to breathe with you. Came solo, but I guarantee I'll leave with you. Thoughts get to running rampant when I think of you. Cause the mind run faster than your feet can move. I'm gon' turn you to Alicia, you got keys to move. I'm like Stevie, I got keys, ain't gotta see the move. Like checking Jordan, you can't stop it, ain't can see the move. I don't gotta talk about it, you can see the moves. 700 human race is my ID to move. I got human made, babe, I got V-Long too. Bed has spaghetti sauce, I just waste ragu. Eat filet mignon steaks, let you taste wagyu. You my drug, the way I'm feeling you. Pop my perks and put my lean with you. Roll top shelf and smoke my weed with you. Monday through Friday on the weekend too. I'm diving in your water from the deep end. Ooh, it's no biggie, I got faith, girl, I believe in you. Jeans purple like the syrup that I drink with you. Bottom of your shoes red and my lean is too.
And we back.
Yeah, so just to kind of give you a quick recap on some of those 2 songs or 3 songs we played. Like I said, the first one was GS off of the Malcolm Y Matter. The second one was
there was S.O.P. Gold Bezel.
and the third one was King Cash's Drug Fields. So since we're back, we're gonna go ahead and get into the second topic. So recently, there's a celebrity that was making headlines. B.Simone of Wild 'N Out fame. She actually got on social media and had some stuff to say about dudes, working a 9-to-5 job. I guess GS, what exactly was that situation?
All right, so I don't even think it was a straight to social media thing. I feel like Nick Cannon was like interviewing her and something. I think he got a podcast going on or something like that. But somehow he had her brought up, and like they were having this conversation, and she started talking about her type. So in that, she names a couple things, and she gets to a point where she says he can't have a 9-to-5. So Nick Cannon interjects and is like, what? Like, you don't want your man to have an honest job? Like, there's people that get decent money, like mechanics and, people that have skills that don't necessarily have a 9-to-5 structure, but, they have a job. She's like, nah, he can't clock in, can't clock out. He got to be an entrepreneur. Like, he got to have his own business. And she justified it by saying that since she's an entrepreneur, she needs someone that can fit into that lifestyle with her.
Gotcha.
So anybody with a 9-to-5 is like off limits.
So how y'all feel about that?
So me being an entrepreneur myself, I guess I can see. I don't think it was as deep enough to say, if somebody gonna hit me up in the middle of the night and I answer the phone, my significant other might be mad if he ain't an entrepreneur too. To me, it's not that deep. Somebody with a 9-to-5 can definitely understand that. I mean, I would hope so. I mean, I own a business, but I've had a 9-to-5 too, and I dated a girl who ran her own thing, and I ain't, when she had things going on, I never really got mad. That's, to me, that's just being insecure at that point. But I kind of understand where she's coming from. I think she might have just worded it wrong, but I think she really just saying she wants somebody on her level. You know what I'm saying? Now, she shouldn't have knocked people with a 9-to-5. I don't think that was the way to put it out, but I definitely understand what she's saying as an entrepreneur, because it's like, I need somebody who gonna be on that same level as me, and understand that being an entrepreneur, you busy. I mean, you constantly busy all the time. So, but one thing I will say, people use being busy as an excuse a lot of times. I really believe that if you want something bad enough, you're gonna make time for it. I don't give a fuck what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna make time. So that's really just an excuse.